Story 1. I threw my drink on the side of McDonald's today. I've always treated food workers with extra kindness because I know how it is. Until today. I have never had a drive-through person be so hateful for no reason. This experience was so bizarre and boils down to miscommunication. I ordered a burger, medium fry, and large Diet Coke. Here's what happened when I pulled up to the second window. McDonald's lady opens window and hands me bag of food. Me thank you. McDonald's lady ignores me and closes window. Me waits at the window for about 35 minutes for my drink. McDonald's lady opens window. Do you want anything else besides Diet Coke? Me no thank you. Just the Diet Coke please. Her stares at me angrily. Me stares back in confusion. Her closes window. I can see her complaining about me to a coworker, but I'm still lost as to what I did to make her so angry. Me waits for another 1015 minutes at window. The car behind me started honking. Her opens window. Here. Passes me what looks like carbonated water. Me oh, I ordered Diet Coke please. Her yep. There's your Diet Coke. Me okay. What's wrong with it? Her we are out of Diet Coke, so Therese your Diet Coke you wanted. Me but you didn't tell me you were out of Diet Coke? You just asked if I wanted anything else besides Diet Coke? Her sighs. Why would I ask if you wanted anything else besides Diet Coke if it wasn't for that we were out of Diet Coke? Me Ike because I thought you were being nice and asking if I wanted anything else like ketchup or something. Her rolls eyes and closes window. So yeah. Before I drove off I threw the Diet Coke beside the window all over the side of the building. I do regret my actions and wish I had just let it go. I was just so angry that she treated me so badly when I was pleasant like I always am to service workers. I feel bad for whoever was told to clean it up. Commenter says, Laughing Fox Creates says, oh no one's cleaning that up. Commenter says, DVS Love 816 says, I'm sorry that happened to you. Even on my worst shifts, I don't treat people like that. All they had to do was say oops, I'm sorry, we're out of Diet Coke at the moment, could I offer you anything else or would you like something else? And if you couldn't take an exchange, get the manager to refund you the drink and let you be on the way. ETA I work nights. Just an idea of the kind of clientele I deal with daily. Commenter says, GMOMTO3 says, I dutifully pulled up once, started scrolling on my phone and suddenly realized I had been waiting quite a while. Pulled into a parking spot and went inside. Politely asked if they forgot me and the manager nearly fell over herself trying to get me a fresh biscuit, hash browns, an apple pie and whatever else she could get in the bag. I laughed because it was funny. And yes, they did forget me and thought someone drove off. Sadly they priced themselves out of my breakfast budget and I don't go anymore. Story 2, my aunt tried to murder my 12-year-old cousin. Hi, I'm on mobile so I'm sorry for formatting. Yesterday night, I F22 got a phone call from one of my mom's F40. She started off by saying that everyone was alive and okayish but that my aunt F37 had tried cutting my cousin's M12 head. Her reasoning was that she had to in order to prevent the end of days. For some context, my aunt has a history of drug abuse and shoplifting. She's never shown any type of aggression towards her kids or niece me or nephews. She's never even spanked my cousins. However, about 34 years ago my aunt found God and got clean and stopped shoplifting. About 40 days ago she decided to start fasting. She's only consumed water in the past 40 days. We're all assuming she went a little crazy due to starvation hunger, but we're not completely sure. Anyways, yesterday around noon my cousins ran into our Nana's room with a blood-soaked towel around his neck screaming she cut me. My aunt ran in after him, still holding the knife, screaming that she had to finish. My Nana wrestled her to the ground and my cousin the one she cut grabbed the knife. They obviously called the cops. When the cops got there, they took my aunt in for a psychiatric hold. She told the police that she had to cut off my cousin's head in order to stop the end of days from happening. She managed to slit his throat ear to ear. Miraculously, he lived and only needed stitches. I just really needed to get everything off my chest. I'm really close with this cousin and his brother because they were the only family I really had for a while. I've been crying on and off since I heard about what happened. I've also had a few panic attacks due to some PTSD I suffer from. Thank you to anyone who read this. Commenter says, C_shore says, phew look it bro. Hold your cousin closer every time from now on. Very thankful Hess alive, hope his healing process goes smoothly, both mentally and physically. Commenter says, Rusty_Shackelford says, wow I'm glad Hess okay. Poor thing though, he will never be able to trust or have a relationship with her again. Hopefully she gets the help she needs. Commenter says, Holy Ari says, what a horrible situation. I hope you and your family, especially your cousin, can heal from this. Just wanted to say that I don't think this is just the result of hunger starvation. Going 40 days with just water and with no precautions is not normal. There's people that do this a lot for religious reasons, but they have certain rules they follow for safety and health reasons. There's more going on with your aunt. Her history of drug abuse and shoplifting leads me to believe she has been dealing with some mental health issues that have gone unchecked for a while. Story 3, I pulled a gun on a gay teenager. My 6-year-old daughter kept telling me she would see a man sneak in the house sometimes. His entry points would be different every time. Sometimes it was a window, then the front door, then the back door, kitchen window, etc. She sees stuff that's not actually happening all the time, and this is what me and my wife chalked it up to. But that night I thought I saw a figure walk by my window. I ignored it though, but then she ran into our room saying she saw the man from her window sneak into our son's 16 meters room and that it sounded like he was hurting our son. I grabbed my handgun and ran into my son's room to see a shirtless man with facial hair, pointed my gun at him and yelled for him to get out. I flicked on the light to see a much younger than expected man, boy rather, with much less facial hair than the dark had led me to believe. I then look over at my son, also shirtless, and he's completely horrified. Quickly I realized what was going on in the distress. My daughter thought her brother was in and felt horrible. The boy ran past me and out the front door. My son hasn't looked at me, let alone said a single word to me since. I pulled a gun and threatened to kill a kid. I feel like shit, commenter says. True off my chest, mod team says. As always, any homophobic comments will be removed, be reported to admins, lead to a permaban, commenter says. Goblin's Guide says. That's gonna be a fucking weird breakfast, lol. Commenter says. musenews_KC21 says. I really feel for you, your son, and the kid who's probably scared shitless, but it's just a very ugly misunderstanding. Story 4, I vomited on a girl during sex. I started talking to this girl and we both really liked each other, and last night I went to her house to link up. It was going good until she started getting really kinky, at least emo. She was biting me a lot everywhere, but she didn't stop when I told her to. Eventually she bit my abs, my midsection, hard enough where I was bleeding a little bit. I get sick somewhat easily from seeing my blood, so I felt like vomiting a bit already, but I didn't say anything about it. She then wanted me to eat her out, and I just followed along. It was all going really fast for me, and when I smelled it I had to vomit, and I couldn't hold it in. Most of it was on her bed, but a lot was on her. She yelled at me and I tried to help her clean up, but she made me leave. Now, she's blocked me and we're done. I don't blame her tbh because it's fucking gross, but this is just embarrassing for me. Commenter says, Island_Lord830 says, good news. You'll survive and move on with your life. Bad news. When you are 45 lying in bed next to your wife trying to fall asleep, you will randomly remember throwing up on a chick during sex and cringe so hard you'll get a cramp in your neck. Commenter says, Wonderful_Fee7439 says, hey dude, stuff happens. We all have boundaries. She didn't seem to respect yours. And not for nothing, smells nothing. Male and female can be a major mood killer. Don't fret about it too much, my friend. Commenter says, Turbulent Web 635 says, honestly it's probably just as embarrassing for her having someone throw up after eating her out and smelling her down there. Thanks for watching, I love you. Follow Reddit Echoes for more.